want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lilo.
I'm Bitch Hot Shae.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! I mean, we did tell them that the world probably would have ended by now. Like the way 2024 was going. And I don't feel like anything has happened.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like it calmed down a little bit.
Sorry for, riling everybody up there.
Yes. But, this is our 100th episode, right?
I know!
Hey.
Ah!
We made it.
I was going to buy us glasses with the 100 on them, but apparently they're like for kindergarten classes, so I had to either buy like 30 or like none.
Oh, it's like one of them bulk orders.
Yeah, and they were kind of ugly. You would think a number with 2 zeros would be easy to make into glasses, but it was kind of like weird looking. And then they had like antennas with 200s, which I felt like would be distracting.
Yeah, I was going to get us like 2 little shot bottles, but, work. I didn't have time.
Woo!
But, yeah.
It's our 100th fucking episode.
We here.
It's like the 100th day of school. That's crazy.
You know how many podcasts don't make it to 100 episodes?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most people probably would have accepted, like, we don't want to hear your mouth.
Yeah.
And we're just like, it's us again.
Yeah.
Coming at you with the latest and greatest.
I can understand that.
Do you have a favorite episode? Like, obviously you won't remember the number, but like what we talked about?
I think my favorite episode is the one with Kenny.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. I feel like that's my most memorable one. I feel like just based off what we talking about,
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a lot of good episodes. We caught a lot of shit, too.
Yeah. Damn. I'm trying to think of another favorite episode because we would have said the same one. Obviously, the Black Panther episode was a hit.
Yeah.
People were really upset about that.
That one was a hit. I think the one where we talking about Drake, that one was kind of controversial too.
The men were upset about that one.
Yeah, that's my least favorite episode.
I think the apocalypse episode is up there for me. Because you were so mad.
Oh, yeah. I don't like to think about the episode.
I was just like, I wouldn't, whatever. Like, I stand by that.
Yeah. I mean, every time I think about the apocalypse, I think about that now.
Like, you'll only have, if the apocalypse comes and you still listen to your podcast, it'll just be Big Shot Shae.
Oh, we.
You already know what I'm on.
I think I'll be in survival mode, so y'all probably won't get a podcast.
And it'll probably be like a frantic YouTube live stream.
Yeah.
It's coming, y'all.
Yeah, more like that.
I'd show up for that, but episode with Blackheart was good.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to think if I have a least favorite episode.
You just said it.
Which one?
The apocalypse one.
No, that's one of my faves.
Oh. I thought you said that was your least favorite.
No, it might have been one of your least favorite, but I was having the time of my life.
Oh, we.
Damn. Any episode that pissed the moms off? Do you have a favorite quote or like a favorite clip of yours?
Favorite clip. I feel like I do have one, but I don't know any clip that just I'd be weak at.
Yeah. I laugh at our own clips. That's how I know we're funny. Because I edited it.
Yeah.
We said it here. I send it to you. You do all the magic on it. It posts it. And it's still fucking funny. by the time it's up on the internet. I'm still laughing.
Yeah, the most recent. I mean, not the most recent clip, but the one where you was doing Dougie. That one was pretty funny. That one got a lot of laughs.
Hey, reverse. Our clip of talking about how every time I'm like, I'm gonna make this a clip, and you go, wait. I love that clip.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
We had some good clips.
Because it was like so like on time. Like I didn't even plan that.
And then I think the clip I had really old, it was me and Blackheart, and someone commented like, not a thought between those eyes. When I was saying that like broke people do shit like go to the wing spot, get a 12-piece wing, split it.
I remember that episode. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite clips too.
That was funny. Yeah.
It was like kind of funny, but when the person commented, like, because I was just staring off like.
Oh, wait.
We had some good episodes. We upset a lot of moms along the way.
And a lot of niggas.
You know what? I always say we upset the moms. We really, really, really upset the niggas.
Like, they be so mad.
Like, I don't understand how we keep getting on their, like...
FYP or their page. I mean, TikTok, they don't be... TikTok is fine.
TikTok, they love us and they keep it moving. Instagram...
They be upset.
Oh my God. What did we say to get into it with that dude from the Food Network?
Man, who knows? What were we talking about?
It's never the clips that I think are going to be controversial that get the upset. I didn't think Black Panther. I can't even remember what we were talking about in that clip. Remember the clip where I tried to defend Black fathers and they were like upset? I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it might have been that one.
Well,
well, that we haven't had that happening ever since our last clip with the Drake one.
The Drake one was
that was so annoying, and that's forever gonna be like my least favorite clip because I still stand behind what I said, but it was just like fussing with them really got my damn Instagram privileges taken away. Yeah, and I'm still mad about it.
Did they give you like an end date?
No, because when you go to like the settings to like look at your privileges, like it'll tell you like what you don't have or what's restricted, and it says I have all, like nothing's restricted.
I think what's so crazy is I'm usually the person that really takes it there with people.
Yeah, I think it's only because like they kept flagging me, and I was like,
I've never even like gotten a flag ever.
That shit is crazy.
Which is crazy because I'm the one that'll go there with y'all, and then.
Yeah, but I can't get that out of me no more.
You just got to respond from the podcast page.
No, because we don't need them blocking that shit.
That's fair. We got to save K. Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to change my honorable mention to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Happy 100 episodes.
Hey, go us.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
No,
Oh, and the episode where we talked about Derek Jackson and his wife hexing people, that was a funny fucking episode.
Yeah, that episode was. Oh my God.
That was like one of our first episodes in this setting.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Because it was the whole commentary about the bonnet.
You see a bonnet, she sees a helmet of salvation.
Right.
Well, I hope she's doing well. Didn't she like get freed from whatever he was doing?
Yeah, I think she like went and got help, and she was doing some other stuff. I forgot. But I know she definitely, I think she wrote a book or something.
Oh, I'm not going to read that, but thanks.
I don't know if it was a book or just a long ass post, but I know like
a long ass post is a book.
Because she was saying how like, he had multiple women, at the same time as her, and like they would have like their schedules and shit.
Schedules with your wife?
I don't think they was married at the time. I think, or maybe they were. I don't recall. But yeah.
And they will use religion to dupe you, but that's another episode.
Oh, wait.
We'll have Kenny back up for that one.
Man, oh wait, somebody sent me a clip of him the other day and was like, I know he be cheating, but he talking that shit.
Some people are like a broken clock. It's like you got to be right at least twice a day. You know who's like that? Blueface's mom.
Yeah.
Like randomly, you'll agree with her,
Yeah.
and it's like, damn, bitch, had
What's
to
her
be
name?
you.
Clarissa? What's her name?
Carlissa?
Carlissa? She do be funny, man, sometimes. I mean, it's a shame, like, the shit that her son said he did, she did, but,
Yeah.
yeah, her and Tokyo Tony, like, they're crazy.
What happens when the talk isn't cheap? Have you seen that?
No.
And then she just ends with, Hillary Clinton, I'd hate to be you.
Oh, we.
You've never heard that clip?
No.
Give us a Hotep of the Week, and I'm going to find Tokyo Tony saying what happens when the talk isn't cheap.
Oh, we.
Because now we have to play it.
Okay. Hotep of the Week is Max. Formerly known
I know exactly why.
HBO Max.
Yeah, bitch.
Y'all some bitches.
Whores.
And it's fuck y'all for canceling rap shit.
And like, why?
And like, why? Like, it was getting so good. I mean, it was already good, but like, y'all literally canceled it at the worst time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame. It really took me like 2 days to process that shit because I really couldn't believe it. And then like, I really didn't realize how many people actually was watching the show because like when they canceled it.
Yeah, it's not viewership. We know that.
Like,
because people are like, why don't y'all watch black shows if you want to save them that bad? It's like everybody was watching that shit. Ever since Warner Brothers bought Max, everything's been getting the fucking like.
Axe.
Yeah, I didn't want to rhyme.
Oh.
Everything's been getting clipped. And it sucks. Because why our shit got to get clipped? What about the companion podcast? I was a fan of that as well.
No,
when are we going to get Jesse Wu and Zach Campbell back?
Like, it's crazy because it was so good. Like, the show and the podcast. Like, it was well done. And y'all just literally ruined it.
We should re-upload that clip with like, it's so hard to say goodbye in the background.
Chameleon, she been posting like little reels on her page. Like she had posted this one that was like when you get fired from your job and you gotta resurrect your rap career. And so she was in the car rapping ABCs. But it's really sad because it's like damn, like
Jonica said for now.
Yeah. I mean, I hope somebody do pick it up
somewhere else. Like on HBO proper.
Is that still a thing?
The home box office?
Yeah, HBO. I don't think is it a thing anymore?
I would hope so. Wait a minute.
No, because I think
like HBO is over.
I think
that's
Max
what happened.
Now. But that was still the case before.
What about Paramount Plus?
I mean, y'all could really put it on Peacock. I don't care where y'all put it at.
BET Plus will take it. The budget might go down. But
see, I don't know. If I feel like if y'all can't do it right, then yeah, don't do it.
I don't feel like that. Please do something. Somebody do something.
But I do feel like it needs to be picked up. And people were saying like Issa should do it with her production company, which I mean, yeah, they already do majority of the shit, but
they still need a network.
They need that backing because I mean the budget. It sucks, man.
It's upsetting. I found the clip.
People are always talking, but what happens when the talk isn't cheap? And it is what it is. Well, what I mean by this is Hillary Clinton. Man, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes after this.
Tokyo Tony said that?
Yeah.
Was this after the election or something? Like, what was this?
No, this was December.
Oh.
What happens when the talk isn't cheap? They cancel rap shit, I guess. That's what happened with the Talk Ain't Cheap.
Man, that shit crazy, man.
It's like a disappointment kind of thing.
Because there's no other show like that.
No, not at all. They had the show about the girls with the podcast. I think that got canceled.
What show?
That was on like Freeform or something.
I don't think I don't even know what show you're talking about.
She was talking about her adult life and she made a podcast. I mean, I never watched the episode. I'm just saying.
Wow. Was they white or black?
It was black.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I have been watching a show called Champion on Netflix. I mean, it kind of helps.
Netflix is,
But yeah, I mean,
man, fall from grace.
yeah.
Because what the fuck do they got going on over there? Like, nothing?
Not really. But I feel like that about a lot of these streaming networks.
You think so?
I feel like each streaming service have their own, like they have like a couple shows that's like, good. But majority of the shit up there is like trash.
I'm definitely not a Hulu girl.
I have Hulu, but I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, it's only if I want to watch something specific.
I watch like Bob's Burgers on there.
There's a show called Black Cake. I watched up there recently.
I watched all of that.
You watched it? Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I hope there's a season 2.
Yeah, I hope so too. But yeah, I mean, other than like little specialty stuff like that, I don't really watch a lot of TV. Just
This
like
is terrible.
mindlessly.
This is just real terrible. All right, let's get to lyrics and lessons where we give a lyric and you get a lesson. And hopefully we can turn this thing around because the loss of rap shit is actually a lot for us to bear, as you
for
can
real.
see.
It's a sad loss.
Do you have any guesses?
No.
I should have did seduce and scheme.
Down, yeah.
I got wouldn't give me flowers. I rewarded myself and bought a watch. That's right, Gucci
That's
Mane.
it?
Yeah.
Oh. By who?
Gucci Mane and Key Glock. It's Glizzok and Wiz Up. That's the name of the song.
Okay.
And y'all can't be sitting around waiting for a motherfucker to clap for you. It's never going to work out that way. And if you're doing something for somebody to clap for you, it's probably someone who never claps for you. And in that case, why the fuck would you expect them to do it now? Certain people, there's just nothing you can do to get what you want from them. Reward yourself and buy a watch or maybe like a seafood boil if you're not, making that kind of money.
Yeah.
Or a regular watch, but I don't know what you would do with it. An Apple Watch?
I mean, it can be anything you want it to be. Like, figuratively.
A nice beverage.
Yeah.
That's the song, Key Glock's part. Long live my nigga Flipper, bitch. You see these blue rocks? I'm like, oh my God, they took Dolph from me.
Yeah, every time I hear Key Glock, I think about Dolph.
Yeah.
I hear like, damn.
I was really sad. Like, right after he died, they showed the tow truck that had, Key Glock's Lambo and something else on it, and they were like, he getting the fuck out of here. I was like, that's so sad.
Yeah. I would too.
Long live my nigga Flipper.
That was good. I'm gonna have to listen to that. If I feel like maybe I heard it, but I don't know.
I listened to your lyric from the last episode, and I liked it.
The Capri Sun one?
No, I listened to that one too.
Oh,
But Goody Two Shoes.
oh, okay. You like that one too?
Mm-hmm. I didn't expect the Capri Sun people to be British.
Right.
That was a surprise.
They kind of dope though. They kind of dope.
They are. They're not at all the guy who's fucking with Shae. Because remember, that was the mix-up.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, I'm still thinking about that haircut. I mean, that hairstyle she had.
We just need to think away.
But my lyric is, I'm really sick of these niggas on the internet talking like some hoes. If I ain't answer back, cause I'm busy doing shows, It's hard, but it's fair. Quit crying, wipe your nose. If I'm being honest. And
I got nothing.
that is by Jeezy, and
Aw.
it's called "If I'm Being Honest." And
I was like, I know this. I don't know it. I do know it. I've never heard it.
yeah, it's off his most recent album,
Yeah.
which a lot of people have not listened to.
Why would you say that?
Oh my god! I hope I didn't just lose all my damn.
What happened?
Oh, there you go. My phone bad and
Yeah, it's because, what you got? The 14?
13.
Yeah, it's because the fucking 15. Don't get me started. Titanium ass.
Like these phones really been acting up, and I know like that's a thing, but like
And you know, they said they mining that shit with child labor in the Congo.
yeah. So try not to buy no new phones. I mean, try to hold it down with the old shit.
You got the max. I got the regular.
Yeah, I got to have the max because my hands is like I feel like they're too small. I mean, they're too big for the regular.
My phone doesn't feel little until you have your phone. But some people have the mini. And that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Cause what can you even do on that?
Seek help.
But yeah, the lesson is, I mean, sometimes you just gotta suck that shit up. Like, it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be times you don't want to do some shit, but it's like, at the end of the day, that's what adults do. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's gonna be hard, but like, I mean, fuck it, it's life. Like, what you gonna do? Die?
It's not the apocalypse. It's
I
not time
mean,
for that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like that's the lesson behind it. Like, cause I kind of been on my like not wanting to do certain things, not the podcast, but like in my work, and it's just like, bro, like I want to complain about this shit, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not doing anything but like feeding negative energy. So I feel like you gotta like look at the positive. This kind of turned into a different lesson, but I feel like you just gotta like find the positive in every situation because it does kind of help you change your thoughts, like your negative thoughts into positive thoughts.
Absolutely.
It sounds cliche, but like life really do be working like that.
It do be like that sometimes.
But yeah, that's it for me.
I have Let Me Stay Focused, which is our topic of the week.
Must be a good one.
Why you say that?
Because you smile.
So I want to discuss black elitism. It's been coming up a lot. And like a lot of what I've been looking at. And I decided like I'll just do some fucking research about it. Whatever. So this started as I had seen something. A girl was basically asking like, do you think there's a difference in an experience of going to like post-grad of having gone to an HBCU and a PWI? Mm-hmm. And I was like, at the end of the day, if the person hiring you is not black, it's a degree. They're not going to be like, wow, one way or the other, unless you went to one of the Ivies. And she was just like, no, I just mean like, is there a difference in the experience? So that was going to be my whole thing. And so I was looking into people's experience going to an HBCU because I went to an HBCU for grad school, but not undergrad. And you went to one for undergrad. So that was going to be the topic. Mm-hmm. I started looking into that. Y'all don't know. Y'all think we'd be making this shit up on the fly. We really don't. So I started looking into that and like differences in experiences. And I'm seeing a bunch of people like, here's why I'm not going to an HBCU anymore. Mm-hmm. What? What do you mean? And so they start talking about feeling like HBCUs can be very like elitist and classist. And I was like, I missed this. I didn't know that, but it made sense because even at the start of HBCUs, there were black people who were educated and there were black people who could not afford to go to school. Mm-hmm. So I'm following this train. Following. Mm-hmm. Apparently all the dorms bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I did see one video.
The dorms falling apart. Mm-hmm. So I'm like looking up elitism, HBCU, what's the difference in experience, blah, 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 blah. I just get to, and then they're like, and you motherfuckers in the D9 too. Y'all are the problem. So I'm like, what?
How did we get in this?
How are we getting it? Now it's everybody for themselves. So first I'm going to play this clip about black elitism. Then I'm going to ask you how you feel about it in the context of being someone who went to an HBCU for undergrad. And then we will probably spiral from there.
Okay.
This woman's name is Dr. Shonda, and she is a psychologist.
So I did a post discussing black women on the Real Housewives franchise, and elitism came up. I did not expect this response. Man, I love y'all. While I love the fact that we are having conversation about it, I also noticed that there is some confusion as to what black elitism looks like. So here's the definition. This is a term used to address classism in the black community where individuals consistently attempt to be exclusive, particularly when it comes to their educational and socioeconomic status, and they redefine their black identity along the lines of a white canon and ultimately demonize their backgrounds in order to fill or to portray themselves as being superior to other black people. I said several times in the comments, it's okay to be black and to want to achieve success. Somebody said I was elitist for wearing a black doctor shirt in the video. I'm like, elitism doesn't mean that you can't be proud of your accomplishments.
So, do you feel like there were elements of elitism having attended an HBCU?
No.
Really?
I mean, while I was attending or after?
Both?
I mean, not really. I never looked at it as like elitism or like being elite, or I don't think I've experienced that. Like how she was saying, I feel like it's just people being proud of the fact that they went to college and they did, because it's not easy. And I feel like it's something you don't really understand unless you go through it.
Yeah.
However,
comma.
I mean, I do feel like some people are elitists. I mean, I feel like that could happen whether they go to a HBCU or not. Like, if you feel like, well, I'm educated. Because even, like, in my Facebook bio, I have cute and educated or something like that.
Mine says, don't take anything I say serious unless I say I'm dead ass, then I'm dead ass.
Dead ass. But no, it might say, like, black and educated or something like that. But I feel like it is just, like, a pride. I don't think it's more like I'm looking down on anybody who may not be educated or...
Right. I'm not asking if you are elitist. I know you, but I'm asking, do you think that there is an elitism to the culture?
No. I mean, I don't see it that way. What do you think?
Hearing these kids' stories, and I'm going to play one of the kids' stories. I'm sorry, y'all are adults. I'm getting old. I do definitely feel like seeing people's response to the fact that I, before grad school, did not go to an HBCU, they're sort of like like, oh. And it's like...
Because you didn't go to, because they didn't know you. I mean, because you went to a PWI first.
Yes.
And they didn't know that you went to a HBCU after.
I'm not going to explain that I went to an HBCU after. Here's where I went to school. I have a degree.
Right.
And a lot of times the O, and then I'm like, do you want to compare Fed loan accounts? Because
yeah. See,
the pricing and the not considering, like the O being in response, like, you're black, of course you should have went to an HBCU. Not considering the costs, not considering how close it is, and not considering the fact that HBCUs are congregated in one part of the country. Which is like the South Atlantic.
South, yeah.
If you're from anywhere else, like if you're from California and you want to go to school near where you live for economic purposes or being near your family purposes, you don't have access to an HBCU. So the O in like, you're not one of us, I never gave a fuck about. Because if I didn't go to a PWI, I wouldn't have had the experiences that I had that led me to the career that I have now. But I think it's almost like people who went to an HBCU might just expect that anybody who is black, first of all, wants to, but second of all, is somehow betraying themselves by not going.
Yeah. I think that's like closed-mindedness because like me personally, like you went to college, you should be able to use your brain to realize like everybody have different circumstances. Everybody can't go to a HBCU. I don't, to me it's a no-brainer. I haven't experienced anybody saying like, oh, I mean, but then again,
You never will.
Right, and I never will. But like my sister, she went to ODU. I went to NSU. To my knowledge, I don't think she's had, that experience. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But like, I just feel like I'm aware that people think like that, but I've just never actually seen it, and I don't like in person. And I feel like when I was in college, I don't think like there was people just like downing other black kids for going to schools outside of HBCUs.
I don't disagree that that's your experience. So now, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing. The kids at the school are saying, I'm attending an HBCU. And I still feel like elitism is grabbing me by the neck.
How so?
Let me rewind this. This poor girl.
Really talk about. I attend Morgan State University. I'm a freshman this year, and my major is marketing. I feel like because I'm an out-of-state student, certain circumstances caused me not to have as much money or things that I could bring with me. I'm moving into a new dorm, so don't mind the mess. But as you can see, I don't have a lot of decorations or anything like that. But when I would visit other people's rooms, they'll be glammed up to the gods. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, every time I walked into the room, I felt really insecure and I felt broken and all that. I do live in the newest dorm, so, I kind of have the upper hand, but I still feel a little insecure. Not only that, on top of that, I only have, a total of 10 shoes. None of them are designer, besides my Yeezys, and probably Crocs, but are we really going to consider Crocs designer? I feel like, not only that, I don't have a lot of money, and our homecoming is coming up and stuff, and I'm not able to buy new outfits or put that shit on. It's due to the fact that I'm an out-of-state student, not only that I just got a job, and when I got a job, it just wasn't in time for homecoming. And I do feel like because I don't dress like everybody else or I don't have all that shit, people look at me differently. And I understand this is not just a Morgan State thing or HBCU thing, it's a black people thing. And it's funny because all black people issues really come back to race and racism. But yeah, I just wanted to share my experience with elitism at my HBCU.
So as a non-traditional student, I feel like I could relate to like what she was saying as far as like not having the money or not being able to do certain things because of money. I do feel like, that's obviously a thing, but I feel like it's worse now. Because,
Absolutely.
like, even the kids who or students who had money, then their rooms were never super extravagant. I mean, obviously they will have a little more, or they might have the better refrigerator or something. But I feel like people just overdo the whole dorm room thing now.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe that is elitism in a way.
I just played hers because hers was the most a lot of people told their story, but hers watching it hurt my feelings the most. Damn, I hate that you went to school, you left your hometown, you should be happy. But I hear it a lot in these stories, in this context, because when we're talking about NSU, I don't think that it has the same culture as some other HBCUs. A lot of people who have serious complaints about this, they go to Howard or they go to Hampton, where the wealth gap
I did hear
is
things
huge.
In DC. I heard the elitism is really bad there because you have these, I guess, high class blacks in the spaces with these white people, and the whole Jack and Jill thing and like.
Yes, a lot of people were saying that they had never even heard of Jack and Jill until they got to their HBCU.
Yeah.
And so it's like, is it elitism?
Well, so what's the difference between elitism and classism? Like, are they like tied in?
I think they're closely related. Classism is closer to what she's talking about, but elitism is like we both have a degree, but you didn't go to an HBCU.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes they're used interchangeably.
I think it's fucked up to like.
Or you didn't do Jack and Jill would be like elitism because we don't know if you didn't do Jack and Jill because you didn't know about it or because you couldn't afford it or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like it's fucked up though to like if you're a black person and you're like, I mean, even if you're any race and you're looking down on the person because they didn't go to the best school or get, have the best accolades or whatever, like, who gives a fuck? I mean, at least that person trying to do better, trying to make something of themselves and like made an effort to get an education the best that they could do,
Mm-hmm. Now, is that easy for us to say because we're us?
Is it easy for? I mean, no, I feel like we understand that everybody doesn't have the same opportunities or privileges. So, I don't think so. I don't think it's like I think it would be different. It'd be like, oh, everybody, like you should be able to go to school because like no excuse. I mean, I personally feel like college isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
Regardless if you have the means to go or not. So I don't necessarily feel like because you didn't go to school or like you went to a PWI like you're less than or me personally I barely made it out of fucking college, so I'm giving kudos to anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, who go through it, get through it. I don't care what school you went to.
But do you feel like the wealthiest kids at Howard would be like, good for you, you went to school?
No, I feel like Howard is kind of like a cult.
They say Hampton too. Hampton can be like that, like just the larger, which is interesting because then they're like, we have mold. It's like, what?
Yeah,
and they can't get like financial aid and a bunch of other shit, I guess, is an issue.
Yeah.
So
dorms be looking crazy. It is crazy. Like, how can you be so? And that's the thing. You shouldn't be so elitist when you know your fucking school is falling down. Apart. Right. Like, bro, there's no way I'm gonna look down on somebody and I went to Norfolk State. I'm sorry. Like, and
I like the campus. I didn't have to live there.
Behold
the green and gold.
But at the same time, I know Norfolk State ain't no goddamn state-of-the-art school, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I did not know. I went for grad school. I was like, this is real nice in here. Like, look at me.
They did a lot of renovating. By the time you got there, I was in there with the mold a little bit. So, but yeah, they definitely, are upgrading the campus and stuff like that. But, I mean, I don't know.
Howard really surprised me with the conditions because I'm like, so much of the D9 was founded there. They're not kicking back any bread. I don't believe that. Where's the money?
Where's the money? Where is the money?
Where the fuck is the money? I guess that's a separate episode.
Yeah.
But there's also elitism and folks who feel like because they have post-secondary degrees that they are better in comparison to other black folk. Mm-hmm. And a lot of, like, it would be different if that girl was the only person to tell her story, but I just didn't know it was going on to that degree.
Yeah,
like, people being like, I don't feel like I belong here. There's one boy, he's like, I'm a gamer. And, like,
they don't play games.
Yeah, like, they act like I don't belong here or like I'm not a black person because I don't do these exact things.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
but let a white person come on campus.
They're trying to get into like close
It's
proximity.
like woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. So then it stemmed into D9 being elitist. And I was like, how I get in it? I ain't even did not. While I'm not going to say which organization I belong to, it was just like similar to the critiques of Jack and Jill. Like, y'all aren't letting everybody in. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
And when someone's not Greek, you look at them funny.
what's your response to that?
If I had Greek life on my campus, I probably would be laughing at y'all. I have to tell the truth. But because I'm a grown ass woman now, like, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. Live how you want to live. Now, I do get on campus that Greek life probably takes up a lot of space in terms of like moving and shaking and creating events and hosting things. Even at homecoming, they have plots and stuff like that. That can be a little elitist.
Yeah.
That can be a little elitist, especially when people are talking about there's people who change their entire personalities once they
My
become
thing
Greek.
is,
And it's like, you can't get in.
you shouldn't be nowhere you ain't wanted anyway.
That's fair.
Like, and I just kind of feel like I'm just using myself for example. I stayed away from, like, I never even had opinions on shit like that because I don't know nothing about that stuff. I can't call y'all elitists, like, because I don't really know the inner workings of how it works.
But do you think you're not wanted?
I mean, not necessarily, but like it's kind of like you have to do what you got to do to get in, whatever that it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just you can walk in off the street and be like, hey, I'm signing up, and I feel like
I'm signing up.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that because you can't, when you want to have something like that's worth something, for lack of better terms, you don't want to just let anybody have access to it because people be fucking shit up. You want to make sure, okay, this person is worthy of, you know, having this or being whatever this is, you know. I don't feel like it's anything wrong with that.
But is it worth how bad people feel when they're not a part of it?
I feel like they need to do some self-work. Because that don't have nothing to do with the organization. That's your problem. That's just how I view it.
I end up like, I'm not gonna lie, like I watched some people who got denied and I used to like giggle at the videos because why are you doing this on the internet?
Oh,
But like if I know that there are kids at campusi across America and they're sad because they can't participate, that makes me sad. However, sorority is supposedly means selective society.
yeah, you can't get in. Go find your people.
That's elitist. Who is their people?
Whoever they may be.
Who is their people?
It's not these people. Because they did not want you.
Because they're elitist.
No, because you were not good enough.
That is elitist.
In whatever capacity. Not maybe because you're not good enough as a person or you're not worthy, but maybe you just didn't fit. Like, I don't know. I can't really speak on it.
I get it. I would probably use the word selective to jazz it up.
Selective.
But I think at its core, it's elitist. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for the kids that have gotten like denied or rejected or whatever. Because then you get into shit like, is having a GPA requirement elitist? Isn't it just good enough that we're black and in school?
I feel like that's not elitist. That's just how school works.
But
Like, I feel like people sometimes make not that people make their own problems, but like
it just feels like people really want to be a part of these things, and they cannot be a part of these things.
I just feel like that's God redirecting you into something that that is not meant for you.
Okay, let's say I meet all the requirements and I really want to do this and I follow all the steps and I get to the finish line and I don't have the money. Guess what?
I think there should be some like programs or something. I don't know if that's like a thing, but like if somebody doesn't have the money, I mean, what are y'all doing fundraisers for?
Scholarships.
I feel like,
Time.
I mean, if you can sponsor a scholarship, you can probably sponsor somebody's membership if they don't, have the funds. So maybe it is a little elitism in it. But I do feel like, that would be like the good thing to do, Like they meet all the requirements, they just can't afford it. Like,
It feels like a snowball, slippery slope.
Yeah.
And that's why it probably is elitist, because the response to that is if we let everybody in.
I mean,
who doesn't have any money.
A quota, this year we can sponsor three applicants.
And how do we select who those 3 applicants are?
Random.
No, you still have to be selective.
I mean, well, no, like obviously you go through the process of, I guess, however they do the selection, and then once you narrow it down to them people, you select it out of a hat.
And then to the other people who have come this far, hit the bricks, Bucky.
Better luck.
Get a
Next
job.
time. Better luck. Hey.
But that's the same thing. What if you can't afford to go to school out of state, but you really want to go to an HBCU?
I mean, I just feel like we have to be realistic. Everybody can't do everything. And that's just how I feel about it. Because, I mean, everybody can't go out of state. Everybody can't go to a HBCU. Everybody can't go to Harvard. You just got to find what's for you.
But then to get there and then have people be like, yuck, you're poor.
I feel like as a black person, you're going to like deal with that anyway.
They say it hurts worse because it's your own people. That's what they're saying in the video.
I believe it. It do hurt worse because I feel like as black people, like, we already don't be on the same page with a lot of shit. So it does kind of suck.
So we're elitists.
I mean, I don't know. I guess by definition. I guess I could be a little elitist or classist or, human.
So do we fix it?
Well, how would we go about doing that?
We would have to try to change.
Yeah.
You know when I knew I was a little bit elitist or problematic?
When?
Have you been seeing those commercials that it's like, break the paper ceiling?
No. I don't even know what that's referring to.
And it's like, some jobs you have to have a degree.
Is that a YouTube ad?
This is an ad on the television.
Oh.
Like, like break the glass ceiling.
Yeah, break the paper ceiling, get a degree.
It's tear the paper ceiling. My apologies.
That's clever.
There's a flaw in the labor market. Paper ceiling, noun, an invisible barrier that comes at every turn for workers without a bachelor's degree.
Hey, speaking of the Navy, They dropped their requirement for a high school diploma or GED. So anybody can be all they can be. That's the Army slogan. But same thing.
What's the name? Damn. So it says workers with experience, skills, and diverse perspectives held back by a silent limitation. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the world beyond it. I pledge to shatter stereotypes and misconceptions and to see people for their experience, skills, and diverse perspectives. I pledge to recognize the untapped potential of 70 million Americans, workers who are stars, skilled through alternative routes. That's an acronym, STAR. So they can flourish. I pledge to tear the paper ceiling and see beyond it and let the stars shine. I'm not signing this. Fuck you.
I'm fucking weak.
Excuse me, bitch.
That's just sound like a bunch of bullshit.
I work really fucking hard. Do away with degrees. Just hire people based on their skills. Obviously, it sounds like a great idea, and I wish that for those people. But tear the paper ceiling?
Yeah. I mean, some people need degrees. I feel like.
It feels like that when we're like, just because you paid off your student loans, you want us to do it? Now I'm like that. Like, wait a minute. I had to go get a degree.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care.
And that's elitist.
Like, I mean, it already took me 6 years, so I'm never getting that time back. It doesn't matter. If it comes down to like somebody not having to go to school, like, and go through what I went through to get where I'm at, because you can literally get where I'm at without a degree. I mean,
what happens to you in the workforce?
I mean, I'm good. I think I'm gonna be good either way.
But I'm saying you're no longer competitive.
Well, I'm not. As long as you stay updated on what's current now.
Why would I pay you and pay you at a rate of someone who has a degree when I can just hire this star
For cheap? I mean, I got more experience. You can hire them, but
you don't know their experience?
yes, I do.
How?
Because I got more years. I got a degree.
How do you know?
So that means I've been in this longer already.
How do you know that?
What you mean? How do I know?
How do you know that? Just because you have a degree?
I'm saying, yeah, I got more experience
How do you know that?
than somebody who doesn't.
What if they're skilled through alternative routes? They're a star.
I mean,
They've worked under someone for longer than you've been working.
yeah,
They just don't have a degree.
I doubt it.
There's old people out there.
There are old people.
And they're going to tear the paper ceiling
and they're gonna
and
die.
come and take your fucking job. And you're going to be right up here like, I can't believe it. And I'm going to say, I warned you. I'm going to have on a fur coat and glasses.
Not the elitism.
And a shirt that says, laminate the paper ceiling.
Oh, hey, burn all this shit down.
I know. Like, on a realistic level, it makes the most sense. And, like, shame on the labor market for requiring degrees for shit that doesn't matter. But also,
yeah,
I like my fucking degree.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to say, I have a degree.
yeah. I went to college. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a slight flex, but
And I'm quick. Get arguing with me if you want to. I have a degree.
especially when that dude was on the comments talking about, where's your degree?
That's why I don't listen to women without degrees.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Like, whole time we both have degrees. Like, and he couldn't present his, which was
We asked multiple
hilarious.
times. Was that over Drake or was that over Black Panther?
I don't know.
I
They
want
blend
to say it was
together
Black
at this point.
Panther.
It might have been both, because I feel like they blended up twice.
My thing is, I have 2 degrees. Now what?
Take that.
He can't take that if we tear the paper ceiling.
Well, he would love it. Them niggas would love it because they wouldn't have to do shit.
Listen, the point is, I think elitism thrives in spaces that we thrive in.
They got to give you something to strive for. I mean, That's how I look at it. You gotta want better for yourself, right?
Like, I'm not elitist in the sense that, like, I look down on people.
I just look up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think I was elitist before this conversation, but now, I mean, so what? I feel like to a
Shouldn't we
certain
want to
degree,
be better people or something?
yeah.
Because, like,
I mean,
if I come out with my line jacket on and you get to crying, I don't give a fuck.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you put in the work.
But I feel like
How
the
people be
response of
mad
like,
if
oh, well, you should have did it. That's elite. And when I really think about it, like membership numbers are close to like, I think the highest is like 335,000 in any of the Divine Nine organizations. Do you know what a small fraction of the population that is?
No, I'm not good with numbers.
There's like how many billion people in the U.S.?
Like, I don't know, 8 maybe.
I
don't
think
know.
that's the whole world.
Oh, in the U.S., I don't know. Maybe like 4, 5.
The point is,
I don't know. I don't fucking
they're
know.
not letting just anybody in.
But yes, that's the point, and I feel like that's okay because sometimes you need that.
331 million.
Oh, in the U.S. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, you gotta want better for yourself, and that's what I feel like elitism kind of helps you. You know, be a little motivated to like do something with your life.
Yeah, but then it keeps you in the same space with those people. And how often do you reach back?
Yeah, you got to fight.
How often do you pay someone's dues so they can get into the organization of their choosing?
See, I mean, to each their own. Cause me personally, I mean, if I wanted to do that, I would have did that. But like, you know, if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. You'll do what you gotta do. And that's just kind of how I feel. Like, you're not gonna let nothing hold you back, even if it is not necessarily right.
There's bigger factors than that.
So, I mean, I don't know.
We really put ourselves on Front Street with this one.
It was a good conversation, though. Good topic. You always got a good topic.
As it turns out, we're elitists. But at least you know I'm transparent, because I could have left the D9 part out of it. Been like, yeah, you elitist HBCU motherfuckers. Shame on you. Y'all made this girl sad. She got 10 pair of shoes.
Oh, wait.
And one of them's a pair of Crocs.
That's fucked up. But, girl, I mean, look, you ain't the only one. Like, never mind. I'm just saying, like, you can get past it. You can do it.
The kids these days got the lace front and all that. I wouldn't have made it.
Me neither. Shit. I don't know how the fuck they dealing with this shit. I see why it's so much, like, you know, depression and shit, because, like, they feel like they got to have all this. Like, really, the dorms be looking fucking like apartments and shit. And I be like, bro, like, I had the same old little bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have shit. I didn't have all of that.
I had my shit on risers.
And, you know, I didn't have no extra decorations and shit. Like, so I feel like you don't necessarily need that. Like, you might look at other people and be like, damn, I want that. Or, like, my life would be easier if I had that. And that's true. But, like, you don't
had like
necessarily.
a poster and a Christmas light going.
Yeah, like, you can just make do with what you got. Like, I feel like people just need to stop being so, like, comparing themselves to other people, like, and just worry about yourself.
That's what they were saying in the comments. Comparison is the thief of joy. But people were like, do you understand how fucking hard that is when you're on campus?
Yeah.
And people are looking at you crazy?
It is hard. But it's not forever. I mean, college is a few years, you know? And then you get into the adult world and you realize none of that shit even matters.
See, I went to PWI. I just had to show up and be black. I was lit the fuck up. Just
Well,
saying.
we wish you all good luck in your endeavors. Like for real though, no, like all jokes.
Yeah,
aside.
genuinely. Whatever.
Well, hey, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I guess we're not working on ourselves as people, so no, that's all I got.
We can take it one day at a time.
You making elitism the last day.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the biggest of my problems. Like I got worse issues I need to work on.
I have a check and balance in my head. Like, I know this is elitist. Like, I just got to talking shit about people who fell for the PPP loan.
I talk about them all the time. But I'll also be like, damn, I should have did it. But I'm glad I didn't do it.
They're cracking down.
Yeah. They sending out notices.
They're putting you niggas on notice.
Okay, well, I have advice from Umar.
Woo!
Go ahead and start it.
Don't make the mistake of so many sisters who look for men who they have something in common with, right? We both psychologists. We both watch the reality show. We both like to read. We both like the beach. That's superficial. You should be looking for whether or not y'all share the same values.
Yeah, so that was it. Could you hear it? Mm-hmm. That was advice from Umar. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, like, stop getting with people like just because of like a look or what they could do for you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I feel like, you should be aligned with the person you're with.
Yeah, like,
should.
you should both be elitists.
Yes, you should
Not
both.
like one non-elitist person. They're going to
Yeah.
keep reminding you about it.
Right. You know.
Nobody want to hear that.
Do y'all want the same things? Do y'all have the same morals? Do y'all feel like, the same way about certain issues that are like big, like
Abortion.
abortion. I was gonna say abortion. Do you believe in God? Do they believe in God? Do you not? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. If you believe in God, it's not gonna work if you're with the atheist. Shit like that. So it should be less about superficial shit or shit that's on the surface level, and more about like the heart.
Are you going to put your kids in Jack and Jill?
I'm not having kids. I feel like I'm gonna be too old.
What about me? Did you think about me when you made that decision?
Huh?
Did you think about me when you made that decision? I'm like the best aunt ever.
I mean,
Why would you do that?
I thought about adopting maybe.
Okay.
But
are you going to put them in Jack and Jill?
Probably.
Listen, apparently Jack and Jill is the cheat code.
But they say that. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with that.
It's
Culture.
completely elitist.
Yeah, I'm not that elitist.
But it's the cheat
still,
code for your
like,
kid.
I'm still like, on this side with it.
It's the cheat code for your kid, though.
My kid will be alright. You don't have to get it out of the mud like me.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
Once I seen all them kids, they skiing and stuff, and then they, because they say half of the Jack and Jill kids go to Howard.
yeah.
And then they know each other, and then they network, and then they get good jobs, and they give each other good jobs. Jack and Jill.
I feel like that ain't. I don't know, man. I feel like that's not the only way. But
I was in a chat with my line sisters, and one of them tagged the other one and was like, I didn't know you was Jack and Jill. Hit me up. What y'all about to talk about on the side? What's going on over there?
yeah, they about to talk about some illegal.
Exactly. I'm the victim now. It always comes back to bite.
And that's the thing, because it happens to everybody.
What did Monique say? When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
Yeah, that's the word.
Well, that's been episode 100 of Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. If you still like us next week,
We're still listening.
We'll be back for Let Me Stay Focused 101. Like
I
Zoe
like that.
101. Like Zoe 101.
Oh yeah.
And like the class, like the introductory level class.
Yeah.
You would, if you went to school.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well, we'll see you next week. Tear the paper ceiling. Woo!
Peace.
Bye.